It's Dr. Gary Palmer here from Sportstest, and this week I'm going to talk to you about resistance training, specifically with a slant for cyclists and triathletes. Okay, so one of the key factors that we need to think about is obviously if you want to ride faster, it's about power production. The more power you can put into the bike, the faster the bike speed's going to go. So a lot of athletes are using resistance training to increase their cycling performance. What I want to look at today is I want to look at a couple of different methods. The first thing we're going to talk about is body weight or work you can do at home, really. So one of the first forms of exercises I'd look at doing is just using body weight, would be a simple squat. Knees above your feet, and you're literally trying to sit and you're coming up. And you're sitting into that and you're coming up. That's very, very easy. That's the first form of exercise I might think about. Second form of exercise I might think about would be a simple lunge, and you can actually do this as a walking lunge where you want to just drop down to a 90-degree position, and you're coming up from that, and you're dropping down, and you're coming up from that, and again you're dropping down and you're coming up from that. You might start off with sets of probably 6 to 10 of these, 30 seconds to a minute rest, and then do, certainly on the lunges, do opposing legs. So a simple progression from there would be just to use something like some simple dumbbells, or if you haven't got those knocking around the house, even a couple of cans of food at 400 or 500 grams, you're just adding a little bit of weight. So again, simple squat, just down, and coming back up again, and again, down, sitting in, and coming back up again. And then the lunge, where you're dropping down, and again, you're raising, and you're dropping down, and you're raising, and then you're doing repeat sets of those, and you're using opposite legs for each of those sets. So obviously the squats and the lunges are looking at quads, hamstrings and glutes. We've got to think about calves as well, and for the calves I'd use something like a simple step. You can use your stairs indoors, and again lots of different modes of exercise, starting off 2 feet, coming up as high as you can, slowly dropping down, and again raising and holding, and slowly coming up and down and raising and holding. And again, we might do that as a one form leg of exercise, and we're coming up and we're holding and we're dropping down and we're holding. Slight bend in the knee, and we repeat that. One of the other things I can do at this stage is by just using a simple rucksack. I can put my weights in my rucksack, and I can increase the body mass by putting the rucksack on and jumping back on and doing that single leg, up and lower, up and hold, nicely slow on the line, and up and hold. So we've got body weight resistance exercise and a small additional section of weights. Now obviously for that, this is all stuff you can do at home. A lot of athletes might prefer to go to the gym, and of course in the gym you've got leg presses, you've got calf raises, free weights as well. So there's an option to do stuff at the gym. The problem I've got with these forms of exercise and also gym-based exercises is there's nothing here that actually replicates your legs going around in circles at a cadence of 85 to maybe 105, 110 that you're going to be on the bike. So whilst this is really good as general forms of strength and resistance exercise, I want to take it onto the bike, and I want to do some bike-based work. So that's the next thing that we're going to look at. So one of the quickest and easiest ways of doing resistance training on the bike is to actually get out on a hill, something like this. It's about an 8-9% gradient, and already you can hear I'm out of breath, cadence is down, and I'm having to put quite a lot of effort in. The downside to that, clearly, I'm having to ride on the hoods as to be able to ride on the tri-bars. So I'm not in my normal ride position, and often a hill probably at most is going to take you 2, 3, 5 minutes absolutely tops. So the effort that you're going to get is very, very short-lived. So what we've got to do is we've got to try and find a way that you can be down on your tri-bars, nice and aero, all your aero kit on, or effectively being in race position, race kit, for as long as possible. That's where we come to our new Sportstest method of resistance training. ultimate resistance, what we've got to think about is some nice drag, lower body, adding something like a rucksack on your back to increase your frontal surface area, also catch a bit more air, and what you'll find is that you'll probably have to put out anything between 30 and 70 more watts to get the speed that you would do on the road. But the crucial thing is you're in your normal riding position. Give it a try, get used to training like this, and then when you strip back down into your aero kit for race day, you are going to absolutely fly. Thanks for coming along and watching our Sportstest training tips. Don't forget to sign up for our blog, and look forward to seeing you again soon. Thanks.